Once again, welcome today to Trauma Support Group Management. I don't know what just happened to my live on my YouTube. Maybe I'm moving too fast. Good day, welcome. I don't know what just happened to my live on my YouTube. What happened? I just had a live. All right. So, excuse me. Welcome to Magnificent Monday, because that's what it is. It's a Magnificent Monday. I discovered something, everyone. I have a mood chart, right? So this is called Anger Management Part 1, C-PTSD, all right? If you don't know what C stands for, it stands for complex, okay? Complex means difficult, hard, not apartment, but complex meaning difficult and hard. So check this out. If you're dealing with anger, you're gonna have moods like hurt, threatened, hateful, mad, aggressive, frustration, distant, critical, sarcastic, skeptical, suspicious, withdrawn, irritated, infatuated, hostile, provoked, enraged, furious, violated, resentful, jealous, or insecure. Listen, these are anger attributes. If you notice today's world right now, everything that's going on, you could be angry, but I want to help someone, because I'm going to help someone today. All right. I'm going to help someone today understand about your anger. All right. We all get upset. Now, me, Mr. Walker, as himself, aka Old Man BG, I used to have anger. Okay. I used to have anger. I used to be mad. A lot of people know me from back in the days. Y'all know I used to fight. I used to be the first one to fight. You know, right back in my days in downtown Orlando, when we used to call ourselves gangbanging down there. I never forgot one time in the exchange. I don't know if y'all remember the exchange in the downtown bus station before it became Links. It was Tri-County. That's how old school I am, all right? Tri-County. And we had a fist fight with dudes from Miami on the 3rd floor. I never forget that. I have been grown up in violence. A lot of people don't understand why we have anger issues, because we have grown up in violence. This is a trauma, y'all. This is a trauma and a PTSD and also a trigger, all right, that leads to addiction, all right? And this is very serious. I'm just talking from experience right now. I'm just talking from really what I really been through and what I have learned about myself, about my PTSDs, traumas, and triggers, and addiction. And as I'm moving forward in this walk, which y'all walking with me, I have learned, dang, all right, I just came into it because, mental health is an illness, all right? You have different kind of illnesses. You got chronic illnesses, you got mental health illnesses, you got health illness, physical illnesses, you have emotional illnesses. Today, we're going to talk about C-PTSD, which is an illness. A lot of people don't understand today in the world that we are most of the percentage of the world are suffering with mental health. Okay, mental health comes from trauma. Okay, it comes from abuse, neglect, bad experiences. Right now in the world, where this is traumatizing. What the world is talking about right now, and what the world has been since I've been coming up, has been traumatizing. Now, if you got a silver spoon in your mouth and you got parents that supported you, you went to college, and you've never been slapped or been in a fist fight, hey, continue that good life. But people like myself or yourself that are watching, we have been through some trauma, abusive, neglect, like last minute shock experiences. Have you ever been like sitting at home and they're like, oh yeah, the police say you got to get out? Or have you ever been like laying in your bed, and then you laying in your bed, you hear your parents fighting, bumps all against the walls and stuff? Or you ever just been minding your business and one of your parents just come just hollering at you for no apparent reason, just like out of nowhere? You're like, dang, that could be traumatizing, okay? And a lot of people, as myself, I have been through these experiences where I don't know what's going on. I'm not paying attention, and boom, something because of somebody else's issue or something what somebody else going through, they come and lash out on me. Now, I want to help you about the person that's lashing out on you. I'm going to help somebody today. I really am. Okay? Because I was a person that used to lash out. I was a person that was always aggressive. I was a person always showing hostility in my former days, okay? In my former days. Like, as I got older, yeah, that's not good to deal with, because when you get older, and you become more sensitive and you become less caring, because if you came from a foundation where you didn't have no structure and you growed up on your own, and you don't have no structure coming up, this is why a lot of people are committing murder. This is why a lot of people just grabbing guns and shooting people. This is why a lot of people are having brawls in the middle of the daylight. Back in the days when I was coming up about fighting, it used to be a setup like, okay, after school, I'll meet you at 3, meet me on the baseball field. Meet me on the basketball court. And we gonna fight. Now, you could be just minding your business or having a conversation and people will hit you. This is also due to irritability, okay? So today's class is very important to help you understand about anger, all right? So, like always, before I get into this, I do have a scripture that I want to come with you guys or women with, not just you guys, but the women and any teenager that can understand what I'm saying today, all right? We have a lot of teens in this world, and I'm making this video also for teens about their anger. And parents, we have to look at our issues, our anger issues too, because parents, I want to say this from experience, parents, our kids are only doing what they see. All right. So let's go to Psalms 34:18 today, okay? We're going to Psalms 34:18. And I think I have read this before because I have an underline under it. Okay? I think I read this before, but I think I'm going to read it again. Maybe I need to do more research, but I see it's underlined, so I must have read this before. It said, the Lord is near to those who have a broken heart. Listen, having a broken heart, oh man. All right, am I being triggered? Okay, let me stay in control, y'all. I have been healed. That's the reason I did that, to check if I was being triggered, because I have been healed. Sometimes when you have a broken heart or you go through broken heartness, you get angry. I'm just keeping it real. I don't know if you ever experienced a broken heart, but if you have experienced a broken heart, you could become angry. You become irritable. You can become resentful, bitter. Okay? And then not only that, you could be angry with the individual, you could be angry with yourself when you're in heartbreak. From experience, not talking about for nobody else, from experience, I was in addiction for a long time. I don't know why I'm helping somebody today. I was in addiction. I was smoking. I was drinking. I was doing everything to numb my heartbreak. Listen, I had a heartbreak since 8 years old. I didn't notice that. I got took away from my parents. My heart was broken. So from 8 years old all the way to my age now, all my life I've been living heartbroken. And I was angry. I was angry at my parents. I was mad at myself. I was mad at the world. Okay? Listen, I said the Lord is, but guess what? In my angriness, I ain't gonna lie, the God was been with me most of my life. Because I done seen death more lives than a cat. Like, for real. He said, the Lord is near those who are brokenhearted and save such as a contrite spirit. Contract means broken. I was telling I had a, talk. This is my saying, y'all. You can't break what's broken. The reason why I say this, I don't know why I'm going off the grid with this, but, I was telling I had a conversation with somebody, and I was telling them, listen, y'all could take EBT, you could take everything you want from me. I have been broken. You can't break what's already broken. So a lot of us that are being insensitive, you have been broken. Why? I don't understand how a person that can be broken be sensitive. And the reason why you're sensitive, because you're probably healing from your broken heart. You know, when I was getting off, since I've been clean and off of addiction and dealing with my trigger PTSDs and traumas, I learned that I could be sensitive. I'm talking about sensitive with like no skin, like, oh, that hurt me. Oh my God. But then if I look back and I look what a person said or did, and then I look like what I went through, I'd be like, wait a minute, hold on. This ain't nothing. So what are you saying, Mr. Walker? A lot of things that are trying to affect you in your life right now, with the government, whatever the devil's trying to do, whatever your loved ones trying to do, your family trying to do, guess what? It is nothing. You know why it is nothing? Because guess what? You already been brokenhearted. You already got a broken spirit. But God is next to us, to those who have a broken heart and a broken spirit. If your spirit is broken, get back to God. Come back to God. My spirit used to be broken. I was in addiction for 30 years with a broken heart and a broken spirit. And I'm here to help you today. I'm helping myself. I'm just a fruit that you can help yourself. I'm a fruit that say you can change. You can change from a broken heart and a broken spirit. So today, don't be discouraged. I know you're angry. I know you're mad. Nobody is perfect. The Bible said no man is perfect, not one. But today, we need to tackle this anger. Okay? When you have a broken spirit, you really don't care. You don't care how nobody feels. You don't care about nobody's opinion. You don't care how much people really love you. You don't care about some people, how people want to support you. When you broken, guess what you do? You break everything else around you. I'm talking good today, okay? Because misery loves company. Smokers hang with smokers. Alcoholics hang with alcoholics. Addicts hang with addicts. Faggots hang with faggots. Lesbians hang with lesbians. Christians hang with Christians. Gangsters hang with gangsters. You understand what I'm saying? And this is another thing. Thank you for the word gangster, Lord. Listen, a lot of children that are in the gangs right now, because they're brokenhearted and they have a broken spirit. How do you know about that, Mr. Walker? I used to be one of them. I used to be out there on those streets. Like the street, I've been on the streets I'm talking about lived. When I say lived on the street, I'm not talking about homeless. I literally made the world my ATM. I used to say that all the time. The world is my ATM. I live literally on the pavement at bus stops, bathed at parks, slept in cars, going to the grocery stores and wash my butt in the bathroom, done panhandle in front of stores. Like the streets was my home. Why? Because I had a broken heart and a contract spirit, a broken spirit. So today, they're trying to promote homelessness. They're trying to promote, not having no food. Now, for y'all that, done been through what I've been through, it's just, man, listen, I don't know if the government gonna see this one, but it ain't nothing. I don't swallow spit. I done been in jailhouse. I done been in Osceola jail where they wouldn't feed me or let me eat or take a bath. That's neglect. Okay? Neglect will make you angry. Abuse will make you angry. So guess what? If you're neglecting your child and you're being abusive to your child, what you think your child is being? What you think they're getting? They're getting angry. That's why you have a lot of children. I don't know why I'm talking about this today, but that's why you see so many kids. Kids are killing their parents. I would share something with y'all, but the world don't need to know. Okay? I'm just saying this from experience. parents, you can hurt, you could be angry at your kids so much that that's going to, listen, it's, oh my gosh, help me Jesus say this right. Okay, my father was abusive, right? That broke my heart. He used to beat on me. When he used to beat on me, he ain't only tried to he broke my heart. He tried to break my spirit. He tried to break who I was. He must have seen something that was better than him, better good looking. You know, I was accused of sleeping with my dad's wife. A teenager, this is a true testimony. As a teenager, at 14, 15, 16 years old, my daddy used to beat me and accuse me of sleeping with his wife. And I was in middle school. I don't know about y'all. If you hear that, what I'm saying right now, that can break your heart and your spirit. But let's get into why this was happening. Let's get into this. It's another book coming, y'all. Started my first page today. I'm on another book. Let's go. Listen, good example. Just because you've been through something, just because you went through things and you're broke, you have a broken heart and you have a contrite spirit, you can make it out. You can write about your struggle. History. This is going to be history. All these books I'm writing, because I have books. I literally have books. It's going to be history. Your life can be history. My life is going to be history one day. Somebody's going to see this video and say, man, you can make it out of abuse. You can make it out of addiction. You can overcome your PTSDs. You can live, because you can't overcome trauma. I'm sorry. But you can live life with trauma and triggers. Okay? Because some people, not even, and listen, when I say some people, it ain't even got to be a family member. It could be any person can trigger you. Okay? So let's get into understand what's going on with this. This is another level of PTSD. This is complex PTSD, post-traumatic stress. Complex. Complex means not apartment, like I said in the beginning. Difficult. Okay? Hard. Some things are complex and some things are hard. Some parents, y'all being too complex with your kids. Okay? And you giving them PTSD. Mr. Walker, why are you talking like that? Because I have experienced it, and I know that somebody can relate to me right now. Somebody gonna say, dang, this man know what he's talking about. Because my mama and my daddy, or my uncle and my auntie, or my grandma, or my family members, they is giving me PTSD. Because every time I see them, all I got to do is see them, and I'm triggered. Let's go, y'all. All right. So C-PTSD is manifesting your external. External means outside aggression. This means rage. Showing rage, anger, frustration, irritability. This is what you're showing. This is complex. I'm gonna repeat this again because this is a good class today. This is complex post-traumatic stress where you show your anger on the outside. That means cussing people out. We're gonna get into that. Just this is gonna be a good class today. Complex post-traumatic stress, for the third time, manifests at outside, external aggression. Then it also gives you eternal self-hatred or a constant state of irritability. Okay? I want to explain this to you, everyone, ladies, men, and children. C-PTSD is a chronic illness. I want to say it here at Trauma Support Group Management by Mr. Darrell Walker. I want to look you in your eyes and let everyone know, 3 cameras, I have suffered mental illness. I have came to my point in my life where I say, you know what? I have a problem. Not only that, I have an addiction problem. I have an emotional problem. And I have a mental problem. And on top of that, I had a spiritual problem. Like you notice I said I had. Because some of us have spiritual issues. We have spiritual illnesses. This is a spiritual illness. This is demonic. Because this, if you go to Galatians 5, I don't know why I'm preaching like this, teaching like this today. If you go to Galatians 5, it'll tell you things of the flesh and things of the spirit. If you're having rage, which is called outbursts in the Bible, you are in the flesh. Okay? So I want to help somebody today. Because that's all I'm here for, is to help you. All right? Because I'm helping myself. All right, so this is very serious today because my heart is pounding like boom, 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 boom. All right? It says how C-PTSD anger can be represented, how it can be shown, manifested. Number one, outwardly, okay? It shows outwardly, you're outside. I call this full activation. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. I apologize, y'all. It's good to laugh, okay? But I call this full activation. I have been on. Woo, Lord, thank you, Jesus. Listen, y'all. I have seen people. Woo, if y'all can just see what's in my mind right now. I have seen people in full activation. Oh, okay, forgive me, y'all, forgive me. I'm laughing at myself, right? But if you ever see somebody, yeah, let me just start. This is full activation, okay? All right? I apologize, y'all. And I'm not apologizing. I just want to spread some joy to you because you ever see somebody in full activation? You know how they be looking? Okay. You ever see yourself when you got mad? Yo, let me stop. Let's go, y'all. Let's go. All right. Hourly, I ain't gonna say it. Full activation is tickling me today. Full activation is an outburst. You know, this is an outburst. This is, Tasmanian devil, right? Then you have aggression. You run up on people and, what's up? What's up? What's up? I used to be like this, y'all. You know why this class funny today? Because I used to everything on chair with y'all. I used to be like this. That's why it's so funny. Oh, man. Because you probably laugh like, dang, Darrell, what's so funny? Mr. Walker, what's so funny? Because I used to be like this, okay? Full activation, okay? All right, so outbursts, aggression, or hostility towards others. Okay? This is C, complex post-traumatic stress. Okay? This is a PTSD, y'all. So if you're doing these things right now, if I'm talking about it and you can relate to them, you got C-PTSD. All right? Listen, the other one I have is increased irritability. Y'all know we're gonna call that agitation, right? Can we call that agitation? Yes. And easily provoked, easily triggered, or easily get mad. Okay? And another one is you have difficulty controlling your emotions. Listen, y'all. I think I'm gonna laugh at this video when I get off because I have suffered from this. I have been in drugs, addiction, toxic relationships, and did some jail time because of these attributes or these categories that I'm sharing with you today. And if you're hearing me today, and if you're struggling with this, especially at a young age, if you ain't never been to jail and you doing this could get you in jail. This can get you kicked off your job. This can get you your kids to be violent towards you. I'm not speaking nothing. I'm just sharing from experience. Okay? Because if you're like this with a person, what do you expect to get back? Let's go. And I'm just saying that from experience. All right, number 2. Now, with CPTSD, CPTSD, this can also, excuse me, I brain fart. This can also affect you, not only just on the outside, it can affect you internally. It affected me as a child eternally. And I'm going to show you these things I have struggled with. I'm going to help you. If you're dealing with this, you might have CPTSD. So inwardly, you're on the inside, your feelings and your emotions, right? You might don't even like yourself. You might have self-hatred. I have had self-hatred with myself. I never loved myself like I'm loving myself today. Why? Because I was on drugs. I was running the street. I didn't care nothing about no education. I didn't care nothing about no healthy living. I hated myself so much. I didn't even care if I had a roof over my head. As long as I was on the streets getting high. I'm helping somebody, okay? Self-hatred, self-harm, getting high, smoking, being in toxic relationships, getting in fights, saying things. Listen, when I say self-harm, just thinking about suicide. Or actually, you got some people that literally cut themselves. I'm going to share this. I used to get in fights just to inflict pain on myself. I'm going to share that. I used to get in fights. I know it's some people I don't fault. I know I couldn't beat them. But just because I didn't like myself, I inflicted I got in a fight and self-pain on myself. This behavior got me almost a bullet in my leg. A dude shot at me because of this behavior. I have lost. Listen now, I can fight. But there's some fights I have lost. I remember one time, I don't know why I'm sharing this, but I remember one time, me and my friend Larry Wilcox, we was at this barbecue, my bail bondsman, I ain't gonna say his name because he's gonna probably try to find me and I ain't got no warrant, right? But I had a bail bondsman and I was at his barbecue spot. And this full activation I was in, I was upset. My dad had just beat me and I was mad. I was in full activation. And I was like, you know what? I'm hurt. I might just go ahead and try to hurt somebody. If they hurt me, I'm cool with that. And I got into a fight. And this dude beat me up. He didn't really beat me up. He just swung me around and pushed me down. Do you know, sadly to say, I felt better after that? That's demented. Yes. This is the person I'm sharing this with you. Because I was that person. So you can hate yourself so much, you can inflict self-harm. You're like, oh, I deserve to go through this. Or I deserve to be like this. I deserve to be treated like this. I deserve to be talked to like that. I'm helping somebody today. All right? Not only self-hatred and self-harm, self-destruction. You ever been around somebody and there's no peace? Everything they touch, it seems like it's either toxic or it's poison or it just breaks. I remember when I used to be in relationships, y'all. I used to mess up relationships. Most of my relationships, I messed up. Because I was so destructive. My last relationship, I made a mistake, honestly. And because I was coming out of depression and, we got back together. And I'm going to tell the truth. I made a mistake and wrecked the girl's car. Destructive behavior, self-destructive. Because I was in the state and I was out, she told me not to be out, but I was just out, being destructive, probably trying to go do something I ain't got no business doing, and end up wrecking the girl's car. I lost my keys to my van. The key was right under the dresser. I went and tore the whole van, tore up the van and everything. I had brand new clothes and spilled bleach all over brand new clothes. Just being destructive. Okay? So I have PTSD. I have complex PTSD because, I'm working through life right now with it because I have lived this life for 30 years, 30 plus years. All right. And guess what? You have destructive self behavior. This is behaviors. You ever see somebody do crash outs? Whenever you hear somebody say when they want to crash out, and I ain't trying to bring up nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you how society is. When you hear people say, I'm finna crash out, that is a self-destructive behavior. If you hear a dude like we used to say, man, what's happening? Get in the paint. Get in the paint mean let's fight. That's a self-destructive. If you already see them, you be like, homeboy, what you say? And be like, bro, okay, yo, you think, yeah. Now, dude go to punch and stuff, or he just go to the car and he ready to do something with that thing. That's a self-destructive behavior. These are people that's difficult holding their emotions, okay? This is a very important class today, all right? Now, like I said before, in the beginning, another note right here, it says, feeling of worthlessness and being beyond help. Let me break this down, boy. I got to break this down. I'm trying to get up out of here, but I'm finna go. Listen, I was in addiction. I was in my lifestyle where I feel like I wasn't nothing. I mean, you know how many times I was telling somebody I had a conversation with them yesterday. I said, you know how many times I done fell down and relapsed and got back up, fell down, relapsed and got back up, fell down, relapsed, got back up, got out of jail, did good, went back to jail, got out of jail, did good, went back to jail, got out of jail, did good, went back to jail. You know how many times I done did that? Why? Because I felt worthlessness. And I felt like, you know what, I'm so messed up that I can't be helped. But as a person, as an individual that's sitting here before you today, you can help yourself. I am a changed person. And it takes a daily thing to do. I do this every day. But this right here, what I'm teaching y'all today, I have applied this to my life. And listen, I want to say this. You have to check self-examination yourself. The only way you're going to change is you got to look at yourself and say, you know what? I have a problem. The person you seeing in front of you today, I looked at my life. I looked at how I was and where I came from and how I lived and said, you know what? I got a problem. And listen, feeling worthlessness and being beyond help, this is you saying that you don't want help. You want to, some people, I want to help somebody. I want to help grab you out this state that you can't be helped. You can be helped. Because if you read the word, what the word of God says, okay? The Lord is near you, brokenhearted person. The Lord is near you, broken person. The Lord sitting right there waiting. He said, everywhere you like, nobody don't know nothing about me, or man, they don't understand me, bro. Man, God looking at you like, really? I'm right here. All right. This is another thing that I would like to share about on this good class today. There's another note here. It says bitterness and resentment directed not to nobody else, but towards yourself. Do you know you can be bitter and resentful towards yourself? Oh man, I'm teaching this class today. You could be bitter with yourself. Some of the mistakes you made in the past, some of the things you have done that you probably ashamed of. But guess what? Get over it. It's over with. You can have resentment towards how maybe a person talked to you or how they treat you or how you have interaction with them or, something that, a memory you can't forget. Listen, I'm talking from experience. My dad have did some things to me and he been gone for 25 years and I still don't forget. Almost 26 years. But guess what? I didn't have bitterness and resentment towards him. I had bitterness and resentment towards myself. Why? Because I could have got out of that situation. So it was sometimes I could have left my dad, but because I loved my dad, I went back to my dad thinking he would change, and then he didn't change. My dad, let me tell you something about my dad. Y'all know I'm talking about him, but my daddy rode it all the way to the bus out. Okay? My daddy didn't change. And guess what? So funny, before he died, he was actually, last time I seen him was in a tuxedo. He was trying to be in church. But he didn't change. Okay? And guess what? That made me feel like I was gonna be about my daddy because I'm my daddy's firstborn son. I look just like him. And I lived the life of what he lived in his bitterness and his self-rejection. My daddy ain't like himself. You know how I know I ain't like himself? Because he was beating on me. He was making me feel like crap. My daddy ain't never say, son, I love you without choking the hell out of me. If my daddy was nice to me, I knew it was something coming. Be careful. Yeah, listen, y'all. I want to say this from experience. If you got somebody in your life, now, I don't know. I want to say this with wisdom. If you got people that's trying to change, yeah. But if you know a person and they trying to be nice to you and they being all sweet and loving to you, guess what? Get ready. Something's coming. I'm just saying from experience, okay? This is from experience. You know why? Because look how they treated you then, while all of a sudden, why they treat you nice now. It's a destructive behavior coming behind that, y'all. One thing the enemy does, he comes to kill, steal, and destroy. The enemy ain't just going to come and take it from you like that. He going to be nice to you. He going to say pleasant words. He might give you what you want. He might put it in your hand, but guess what? He wanted to destroy you. You know how I know my daddy wanted to destroy me? I don't know why I'm talking like this. My daddy offered me a crack pipe in middle school. So you got parents, y'all quit giving your children drugs, man. I'm talking from experience. My daddy used to give me, my first joint was in middle school. I smoked Acapulco Gold. I was higher than a bird. How you're traumatizing your parents. You are traumatizing your kids if you're giving them drugs. Because as soon as you get them high, then boom, you shouldn't be doing, you get on them. You're traumatizing your child. It's in the notes. Let's go. All right, a third step to this, and I'm getting to the end. This is very serious. This is how I live all my life, y'all. I'm just sharing what I live and what I went through. I lived this all my life. Do you know that complex post-traumatic stress is a defense mechanism? Oh man, this class is good. Listen, excuse me. A sense or a way to control or to deflect feelings of vulnerability. You know what I mean? People say, hey, Mr. Walker, I was in program. I've been in 1,000 programs. I've been to prison once, and that's all it took. But I was in an institution, going to jail for 13 years straight of my life. And every time I went to jail, I always had people say, hey, man, you're a good person. But due to me being with a broken heart and a broken spirit, I couldn't hear that. I was using my experience of trauma experience with my PTSD that I didn't know I had. But if you understand all these steps and you live the way I have lived, or you have lived this life, you have PTSD, and you can use your complex PTSD as a defense mechanism. This is what gangsters are. I ain't telling on the game. I'm just showing you the game, okay? I ain't telling you what set and what the lick is. I ain't doing all that. But what I am showing you is how gangsters are made. We are made due from traumas, okay? Through from experiences of, listen, if you ever say, you ever thought, like, my child will never be like that. You know why your child like that? Because of the traumas that they have been through. All right, let's try this again. Do you know when a child is broken or brokenhearted or have a broken spirit, when you try to help them, what's the first thing they do? They show anger. They get mad at you for trying to help them. You got adults right now. I'm trying to help you. How you getting mad at me? Okay? Listen, this is deep. If you want to change, you have to show vulnerability. But when you got complex PTSD, you're scared to show vulnerability. Why? Because you want to be in control. Because when you try to give somebody else control, they messed up the control. Now you don't want to let nobody be in control of you. You want to be in control of everything. You don't want to be vulnerable. Today, I'm vulnerable. I'm in control. The only way you're going to change is let go of the control and be vulnerable. All right? This is now another step that I want to share with you. That's how gangsters are made. All right? A response to events. Let me repeat this. A response to events. Like, me and somebody was talking yesterday. Because, can't let your right hand know what your left hand doing. But I had a conversation yesterday, right? And in the conversation, we was at an event, right? But let me finish reading this here. It says, a response to events that feel, right. Thank you, Jesus. A response to events that feel unfair or involve betrayal. Listen, this is why some people don't come around some people. This is why we probably don't have family gatherings. This is probably why you won't go to church. Because you have been in an event and you felt in that event that you was treated unfair or you was involved in some kind of betrayal. Listen, y'all. Parents. Parents. The reason why your child has turning out the way they are, because they probably done seen some events and you treated that child unfair. Or you showed them, or you involved betrayal. Okay? I don't know why I'm talking to parents today. Because my parent, he treated me unfair. I remember one time, me and my dad was walking out the store, or him and his little girlfriend, he told me I was screwing, and he grabbed my throat and he squeezed my throat. And I collapsed on the ground. That was unfair. Why? Because I didn't feel like at the time I wasn't moving fast enough to walk with you and your wife, my stepmother. I have been abused because my father feel like some things in his life was unfair, so he made my life unfair. My dad, he felt like I was betraying him, so he beat me. How? I'm 16 years old, 17 years old. I don't know nothing. The only thing I knew about sex is what you bring me through the door. Why would I sleep with my daddy's wife? Betrayal. You know why I was betrayal? Because he was doing betrayal things. He was cheating on his wife. He was getting high and having sex at the girls at his house. And he thought I was doing the same thing as he was doing it. And guess what? I am healed, y'all. But guess what? I have been in some messed up relationships. I had a 14-year relationship doing the same thing my daddy doing, getting high and having sex. 14 years of my life, pure getting high and having sex. Thinking things was unfair to me. And I have experienced betrayal. That's why I've been single for 2 years. Because some things was probably unfair to both of us, but I had experienced betrayal. A person turned their back on me when I really needed them the most. Listen, y'all. I'm about to go. This is a powerful class today. Things that we are doing, things that the government is doing, that things we have come through in our past lives, understand, yes, you have been through some traumas. Yes, you got complex PTSD if you have been through some things like me. And thank you for watching Trauma Support Group Management. And listen, you can overcome. Stay strong. And I'll see you next class.